Hello, my friend. Max Lucado here. All the very, very best to you. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope if you're not having a good day that I might say something that will help you to have a better day. I want to talk to you about the importance of facing the future with faith by setting your thoughts on heaven. This is a book idea that's tucked away in my new book called Begin Again. One way to get strength to begin again is to recast your vision toward eternity. If that seems irrelevant to what you're facing today, no worries on my part. Post your prayer needs before you slip out. But if you can stay around and listen, I'd like to start off by telling you a personal story. Back in the 1980s, we lived in Brazil. One time I was traveling and I was in São Paulo, Brazil. I boarded a subway train in a suburb of São Paulo. It was midnight. It was late. The station was quiet. I was tired. Our expectations were simple, just to get back to the hotel room safely. And we did eventually. But only after the train, for reasons that we never discovered, came to a lurching stop in the tunnel. The lights blacked out, the motors shut down, it was deathly quiet, and a car full of strangers sat in the inky night of an underground passage. We all expected the engines to reboot and the lights to reignite quickly. But when they did not, our concerns heightened, at least mine did. Trapped in an underground confined space with a group of strangers, not my way to spend an hour. I checked my wallet, held my breath, made a mental note to take the bus next time. Actually, it didn't take an hour. It took only a few minutes, but it felt like an hour. You know, nobody wants to be stuck in the dark, trapped in a tunnel with no word from the outside. But millions of people feel and fear that they are. Their world, it just seems like a stalled subway train going nowhere, with no message from the conductor, no light from the outside. This is a picture of a life with no heaven. A heavenless life enjoys no light at the end of the tunnel, no heart, no hope of disembarking at the end of the ride, no safe place to rest at the end of the journey. A life with no heaven chisels an epitaph like the one found on a headstone in a British cemetery. It says, "I was nothing, I am nothing, so thou who art still alive, eat, drink, and be merry." A life without heaven just feels stuck. And a society with no heaven results in chaos. Jesus once told a parable of two servants. The first one thought the master was coming home, and the second one did not. The servant who thought the master was coming home, who expected the master to show up at any moment, kept the house in order. Interestingly, the one who didn't think the master was coming began to beat his fellow servants and to eat and drink with the drunkards. That's in Matthew 24 and verse 49. No coming master often results in no good behavior. We hurt ourselves and we hurt others. That's why end-time teaching dominates the Bible. Jesus did not occasionally or casually refer to heaven. Did you know that 2/3 of his parables relate to resurrection and the afterlife? Jesus wanted us to know that because of the afterlife, everything changes. Death changes. It used to be what? It used to be the end. Now we realize, it's just the beginning. The cemetery changes. People once went there to say goodbye. Now we go there just to say, well, we'll be together again soon. I'll see you later. Even the coffin changes. The casket is no longer a box where we hide bodies, but it is a cocoon in which the body is kept until God sets it free to fly. And someday, according to Christ, He will set us free. He will come back. Jesus said, "I will come back, and I will take you to be with me." John 14 and verse 3. And to prove that He was serious about this promise, The stone was rolled away on Easter morning, and his body was raised. For he knows that someday this world will shake again, just like it did on that Easter Sunday. And in the blink of an eye, as fast as the lightning flashes from east to west, he will come back. He will. And everyone will see him. You will, I will. And bodies will push back the dirt and break the surface of the sea. The earth will tremble. The sky will roar. And those who do not know him will shudder. But in that hour, my friend, you will not fear. Because you know him. You know him. Jesus wanted us to know this train of life is moving toward the final station, and at the right time, we will arrive. You see, everything changes when we know we are headed somewhere. Everything changed when we discovered that the subway train was. Finally, the conductor came over the radio. Just stay in your seats. We'll be moving soon. And we stayed in our seats, and we were moving soon. Finally, the lights blinked, and the engines cranked, and we lunged forward. And oh, I was so relieved. We sighed and smiled at one another, and we gave thanks for the forward motion. Happy, happy are the homeward bound. Now, if your moving train, it seems to be entering a dark tunnel, just trust, please. Just trust. Just ask your Heavenly Father to send you a reminder. Maybe this is the answer to your prayer today. He wants to send you a reminder that He knows you, He loves you, and He's going to get us all home safely. There will be stops and starts, and there will be times in which it seems awfully dark on the journey. But you can have strength for tomorrow, because you have the presence of Christ today. Hang on to that hope, will you? All the very best to you, my friend.